performance. I think the only frustration for Neil McFarlane the other day would be not breaking down Wales once he went into that low block. It'll be a similar game, that'll be the message. Go out and let's play in Liechtenstein's half and get that first goal and really build in it going into the France game.
And off we go. Liechtenstein with the ball early and immediately play that diagonal to the far side. An opportunity for Nig to try and feed it through for Cosetroni. Liechtenstein corner, and they'll be very happy with their start, getting the ball forward and looking to apply the pressure inside the opening seconds. Scotland will need to say it alert and switched on here as Julian Keller goes over to take the corner. Right-footed outswinger. The ball will drop again to Cosetroni. Back out wide. Can Scotland defend it here? Cosetroni again jinks his way through. And a good block there by Dylan Smith. And Scotland immediately get it clear. Here's Jonas Abidi. 17-year-old looks forward. That's good pressing from Rory McLeod, but Liechtenstein move it. Searching for Nig on the right side, but too much on that one. An early test for Scotland though, Stephen.
Yeah, they've started with a real spirit. Liechtenstein, I don't think they've been overly affected by the 7-0 defeat to France. They've came with a real spirit and started with a real noise, flooding that side, winning an early corner. And they're going to make life as difficult as possible for Scotland this afternoon.
Lovely through ball for Oni, and trying to go around the goalkeeper. And Shadler came out to make it a tight angle. Liechtenstein will have the goal kick, but there's just an early sign of what Scotland could provide in attack.
It's a brilliant ball from Colby Donovan. Good run from Oni, and he's just found him perfect curved ball into his path. And I think the goalkeeper running out, Shadler, he's actually done enough to put Ryan Oni off. His touch is a bit heavy, but really good play, good ball again from Colby Donovan.
Oni at Sheffield United now had a mature performance in midweek against Wales. A key part of a bright early start for Scotland, but they couldn't take advantage of the early possession and pressure they put on Wales. Neil McFarlane did say he was expecting a derby atmosphere in the match, and it did have that tightness and that edginess around it. With the opening match so important, Wales got that first goal and they were able to hold on to the lead and then take the 3 points. Aidan Borland moving it for Leighton Grant now for Scotland. Smith out for Colby Donovan. Chambers squeezed out there. Free kick awarded. Donovan searching for Oni. Lovely touch. Ball spins. And Shadler comes out and gets important fingers to that.
Brilliant play again. That combination, Colby Donovan finding Oni. It's a brilliant first touch. We said the last time his first touch let him down. It was a brilliant first touch and inches away from getting on the end of it. But good play again from Scotland. You can see Liechtenstein are trying to overload a side. If Scotland can move the ball quickly side to side, it's going to be very hard for Liechtenstein to restrict them to one side. So that is the key. It's moving it side to side and then quickly hitting it into Oni.
There's definitely a sharpness to Scotland's play, and you could hear the coaching staff wanting a press. And Scotland win it back high. Molotnikov back for Bailey Rice. Grant out for Donovan. Liechtenstein, quite a central shape. Maybe in the numbers in red in the middle of their own half. And Scotland will spread the ball around looking for the spaces. Donovan once more. Back again for Dylan Smith. The Ross County man is currently on loan at Arbroath. Grant threads. That's the wrong side. As Molotnikov was looking to advance the run forward. Liechtenstein can see out for the goal kick.
That's the trap that Liechtenstein are trying to set for them. They're trying to let the Scotland guys get a bit frustrated and force it. You can hear Neil McFarlane, he's shouting at them to be patient, keep switching it. Because with the playing the wing backs, the two wingers at wing backs, you just hope to keep switching it and then get into their feet and in a 1v1 situation. But Leighton Grant's just fell for him the trick a wee bit of trying to force it.
in a coaching position, Stephen, with younger players? Is it maybe difficult for them when they're playing the ball side to side? There's a bit of impatientness, they want to get it forward?
I don't think just young players, I think it's in general across it. You want to play that perfect pass, and sometimes you see the right pass, but the picture doesn't quite play out how you've seen it in your head. It separates the great players from the good players.
That's fantastic from Donovan. Only a cross and tapped in. Scotland have the early lead. Exactly what they were looking for. And it's brilliant play, started at the back by Colby Donovan. Alfie Bavidge getting on the end of the Ryan Oney cross. And it's Scotland 1, Liechtenstein 0.
Brilliant goal. It's the same combination. They gave Liechtenstein the warning. Colby Donovan has just got that ball unlocked. Brilliant run again from Oney. A great ball across, and wingers, forward players, you get to the back stick, you're going to get tap-ins. Alfie Bavidge is in the perfect position to open the scoring for Scotland. He's
a prolific goal scorer from his time in the Aberdeen Academy. He's not missing chances like that. He's currently on loan at Ayr United, but doing the business for Scotland early on the Saturday afternoon. What about the cross from Oney? It's right in front of Alfie Bavidge. Brilliant play all round, and Scotland 1 up.
Very animated down there, Neil McFarlane. You can see he wants to keep the speed in the game. This is the time you've got the opening goal. Liechtenstein will be rattled by it. Keep doing it, just keep doing it, and keep hurting them in behind Ryan Oney.
You can hear Neil McFarlane with his instructions. He wants more pressure applied. A lovely move. That one blocked by Weissenhofer. Still alive for Scotland. Molotnikov left the ball. Borland. Scotland corner. Their first of the afternoon.
A really impressive start, Colby Donovan. He's a very advanced position as the outside centre half there. Aidan Borland just played it in his path, and good defending from Liechtenstein, but he's had a real promising start.
Everyone in the box in the dark blue. There was a touch on that from a Liechtenstein defender, but will trickle out for a throw on the far side in Scotland's favour.
It's not often you see every outfield player in the box at a corner. Neil McFarlane's obviously got that out the Brentford playbook.
Yeah, it didn't look right, did it? There was no one around the centre circle, halfway line point. Scotland eager to get a second goal. Bavidge, the first scorer, wins another corner for his country. And it'll be the same again from the Scotland players. Woody Williamson, the goalkeeper, is in the centre circle now. That high position to try and keep the pressure on should Liechtenstein clear. Borland signals. Whipped in, the header again from Bavidge. He's not far away with that, and he knows it as he puts the hands on his head, close to grabbing an early double.
It's absolutely brilliant delivery from Aidan Borland. He's very unlucky, Alfie Bavidge. He's got up brilliantly, he's got away from his man, he's did everything right, kept it down just inches away. Really good corner from Scotland. It's just such a interesting setup. Everyone's back, even Williamson's almost at the halfway line as the deepest man, the goalkeeper. So really brave, aggressive play from Scotland.
It was a line of 5 Liechtenstein attackers for the goal kick. Brilliant strength from Molotnikov. He'll work his way up that far line. Thrown in for Rice, loops it forward. Scotland not looking to let the defence rest. They'll need to stay alert for these goal kick positions where Neil McFarlane has already been making his voice heard for this press. He shouts go again as Liechtenstein move it. That's a goal from Alfie Bavidge that will give the players confidence after that match day 1 defeat to Wales. A big one coming up on Tuesday against France as well, which will be a real test, but the job needs to be done here first against Liechtenstein in Greenock. The pass moved by Chambers, and he'll receive once more. Rice. Grant. 4 waiting in the box for Scotland. Molotnikov was aiming towards Rory McLeod. He gets the knockdown. Babbage does well to keep the ball. And off the referee, so the whistle will go for a break before restarting. There's a lot of movement though in and around the penalty box, Stephen.
I mean, it's obvious to say they've had a good start because they're winning 1-0, but I think Neil McFarlane will be delighted with the speed of play, the aggression in their play. I mean, they've really come out the traps. Liechtenstein have really struggled to settle into the game here.
Donovan's cushioned pass, Chambers. Twisting and turning. Back for Donovan. Ian Borland gets a nudge in the back. Donovan takes, heads for the corner. Quick cross. It's cleared away by Algoyer. It's just impressive how quick Scotland are scanning when the ball goes out of play. They want to get moving again very quickly. Smith for Grant. And Smith takes once more. Opens the right foot up for Donovan. Rory McLeod, Borland, and now Grant stepping forward. Rudy Molotnikov. Bailey Rice. Chambers jinking away. Babbage. Chips it through. Will Molotnikov get there? Look for a second, he might, but the ball goes out of play.
It's unlucky, it's really a good play, but we're in a decent position to hear all of Neil McFarlane's shouts, and tempo is the buzzword. It's what he's demanding, because in these games you can get sucked into playing slow without even realising you're playing slow because you have so much of the ball, but Scotland are playing at a real aggressive tempo, a lot of 1 and 2 touch stuff, and the coach is demanding it, and so far the players are delivering.
Scotland didn't make their early pressure count in midweek, but they have done so this afternoon. Alfie Babbage touching in Ryan Oney's cross. Scotland ahead. Flicked on by Salam. There's Woody Williamson. Now Grant will start to make his way forward. Williamson comes out to join the defensive line. Colby Donovan trying to cushion it in behind the Liechtenstein defence. Cleared away by Obervaditzer. He is the man with the 3 senior caps, making his debut in June against Albania. Grant keeps that in play. And it adds to that professionalism Scotland have shown in this opening quarter. Molotnikov back for Grant. Smith. Barge in the back of Sam Chambers. Scotland free kick.
Well, it is a tight pitch here at Capello, and there's not a lot of space. One of the biggest compliments I'll give to Babbage and Chambers is they're not always just coming to feet, they're making those runs all the time, they're keeping the Liechtenstein midfielders worried about them.
Borland giving Abidi something to worry about there as he heads out for the Scotland throw. Donovan makes his choice. Smith receiving, now Leighton Grant. Molotnikov peels away onto the touchline on that far side. Grant gives it to Rice. Colby Donovan. Oh, lovely. And Chambers. And Sam Chambers is still going. McLeod looked across to the back post. Scotland high pressure to win the ball back. McLeod delivers. Molotnikov coming in ghosting in at the back, not picked up, but just couldn't make contact. But it's not just one phase, two phases, it's three phases of different Scotland pressure there as they look for a second goal.
Real good play. I mean, Sam Chambers he's taken out 3 without that turn, really keeping the pressure on. It's a brilliant saving tackle from the Liechtenstein captain Weisenhofer. He's read it really well, but had to be inch perfect or else it's a penalty. But Scotland go again to keep the pressure on, and Rory McLeod, who's not quite been in the game as much, is a really dangerous ball in, and we have bodies again at the back post waiting there to score.
The Under-19s had a promising start since Neil McFarlane took over. He won 4 and drew 1 of the 5 matches in charge before this tournament started. His first competitive game, it was a first defeat against Wales. He was looking for the camp to bounce back. They made a very impressive start already. Some good football being played by the Under-19s. Grant for Molotnikov. Babbage makes his move. Drilled low. It's cleared away by Weisenhofer. Salam, the most advanced to chase for Liechtenstein. Here's Colby Donovan. Was named on the bench for Brendan Rodgers Celtic in their League Cup tie against Falkirk. Part of the pre-season preparations for the team too. That's lovely play between Babbage and Molotnikov, but the Hibs man just can't get on the end of the little pass round the corner. Flick on from Julian Keller. Alessandro Wolf. Headed away by Donovan. Babbage asked the question, and it ends up at Molotnikov's foot. That allows Dylan Smith to see the whole picture in front. Donovan turns. Grant. If you could hear in the background, Neil McFarlane, his voice continues, but that time towards the referee, not happy with the position. And there's been a couple of times, Stephen, where he's been in the line of a couple of Scotland passes, and there was a bit of frustration in the players earlier, and it's now reached the technical area.
Yeah, I think because there is all outfield players are in the Liechtenstein half. There is so little space. Scotland are working, they've worked it well. They are so frustrating. You could hear Neil McFarlane's frustration with the referee blocking a promising attack.
Helgi Mikael Jónasson from Iceland, the team of officials. Brilliant play, Donovan, with a heavy touch. Was he fouled? The referee has a look, blows the whistle. There's a yellow card early for Jonas Abidi.
He's holding up the finger as if it's my first foul, but it's as clear a booking as you can have. Again, Colby Donaldson makes a brilliant run. Abidi isn't sure if he's covering defender. Has him covered, pulls him back, stonewall booking.
That's going to be a tough one for the fullback because of the activity we've already seen on that right flank for Scotland so far. 18.5 minutes played. Bailey Rice ready to whip in with the left foot. It's low. And Donovan frustrated as he couldn't stab it towards goal to test Shadler. Sam Chambers very composed, taking the ball down in the defensive area. Donovan stayed upfield. Bailey Rice. Scotland are dragging Liechtenstein around from side to side. Weisenhofer can clear. Just for a second it looked like Ryan Oney was about to get in behind.
That's his job. He has to keep making that run. He creates the space for Chambers. It's such limited space that he needs to keep making that run. He keeps being an option for Scotland, keeping Weisenhofer honest at the back. Molotnikov digging with Neig for the ball.
Smith spreads for Colby Donovan. Only has made the move. He'll hold up. Or will he? Abidi goes down. Referee with a bit of a pause before blowing the whistle. Ryan Oney moved from Hamilton Accies in the summer of 2023. Scored in his under-18 and under-21 debuts for Sheffield United. Made his debut away against Arsenal. Looks to have a very bright future all round and on the international scene too. In his first appearance in the Championship for the Blades this season. Scored a big equaliser that allowed his team to clinch a injury time winner later on. Rice loses possession. Keller couldn't pierce the ball through. Bailey Rice once more for Scotland. Keller takes it away. Scotland ready to go with the throw. Tempo the word again from the head coach Neil McFarlane. Donovan had to step onto that. Algoyer was pressing. Here's Grant. Brilliant work from Bavidge. And they'll win the free kick. Always staying alert, Alfie Bavidge. Scotland looking to push further into Liechtenstein half again. Grant steps onto it. Bavidge. Rice will take over. Bavidge threading. And it's a key clearance from Noel Neig to put it out, as there was a threat in behind there. Now Scotland will have the opportunity from the corner kick.
They're combining really well, Molokhanov and Bavidge. Played against both of them in League One in the last season or two. Both players I rate very highly, and they're working so hard off the ball and together. Really unlucky not to get in there for Scotland.
The referee's not happy with something, the positioning of the ball on the corner arc, so that will be adjusted by Aidan Borland. Scotland and everyone in the box bar one. It's teasing. Rory McLeod takes. Chambers will settle while Scotland reset. McLeod tips the ball towards the back post. Bavidge can't keep it in play. Stephen mentioned earlier, Neil McFarlane, over 5 years now with Brentford as head coach of the club's B team. Added Scotland Under-19s to his duties in a dual role in August this year. You may remember him as the former Hearts midfielder. Handful of years at Tynecastle from 2002 to 2006. A couple at Queen of the South too, followed by a short spell here at Capello. The referee is having a word with Sylvain Schadler.
I don't think he'll get away with it again, but his team, when they're winning fouls and they've got goal kicks, it's the only time they're getting a breather, and you can't blame Schadler for the pace that Scotland are playing at, trying to get a breather. They're just trying to hang in, not let Scotland get that second goal.
Chambers searching for it. He almost breezed past Oberviditzer there. He's got that old-fashioned style to him. Sam Chambers playing in the long sleeves. Seems to have a hold of the end of it on his wrists as he's playing. And we saw earlier from his move in amongst a group in red of Liechtenstein just how flexible he can be in those tight spaces. Borland takes. Algoyer sees the dark blue of Scotland rushing at him. Grant spots Bavidge. Zipped out for Donovan. Again, Molotnikov and McLeod on either wing stay as close to the white paint as they possibly can to stretch Liechtenstein and try to create some spaces in between their shape.
Because the movement of the Scotland forwards is so good, although Scotland are only moving it side to side, they keep making Liechtenstein players chase back, and it'll be tiring on the legs on a heavy pitch.
The break goes in Weissenhofer's favour there.
Yeah, Sam Chambers, I've watched a lot of these guys. He's not one I've watched before. I've been really impressed with him so far. Looks so comfortable with the ball, even under pressure. Leeds have look as if they've got a good player, and more importantly for us, Scotland look as if they've got a real player with big potential.
Signed his first professional contract in March this year. Made his debut earlier this month as a second half sub in the win against Plymouth Argyle. Another to add to the Scottish connection at Leeds United, as you were mentioning earlier, Stephen.
Yeah, just when you're doing research for this, it's a good thing. Huge club in England. We all seem to have one or two in their ranks.
Cloud can't find a way through. Costatroni. It's a tough job for the forward players of Liechtenstein. It's a rare opportunity since the opening couple of minutes for them to try and win the ball up towards Scotland's defensive third. Leighton Grant carrying again here. Borland. Here's Chambers. A stinger for Julian Keller. So the referee will bring a pause to play just to check and see if he needs any treatment.
I think the ref had to stop it. I don't think he from our angle, we knew it hit his chest. I think the ref thought it maybe could have been his head, so he's right to stop the game. Keller having chased down just about all the Scotland team, I think it's a sore one. But I think the incident before, Abdi goes so tight with Rory McLeod, you absolutely have no problem with him. Although Abdi comes out better, he's on a yellow card, you've no problem at all with your winger running at him. And if he's as aggressive as that in a booking, all you have to do is beat him once, and the player could receive a second yellow.
Good to see that Keller is ready to continue. Bit of heavy breathing there as he tries to shake it off. Under-19s at this stage last year, impressed with a few recognisable names: David Watson, Bobby Wales, Daniel Kelly, some of the players that finished top of their group with 2 wins and a draw. But they didn't qualify from the elite stage group afterwards. That included Italy, Georgia and Czechia. Scotland will have to do it the hard way this time round if they're to reach that elite stage again. Liechtenstein have a player down. Scotland are allowed to continue. McLeod finds Donovan. Zabidi, who's out of the action as it stands. Donovan drills. It's cleared away by Oberviditzer. Now there can be some attention for Jonas Abidi, who's on a difficult half hour in Greenock, a yellow card. Now a knock that requires some attention. It's not going to get any easier either, Stephen, on that side.
Absolutely is not, especially if he's feeling something. But good refereeing. I didn't think it was a foul right in front of us. Abidi's just tried to buy one, and the referees played the advantage, and Scotland with their tempo nearly got in.
Here's Rory McLeod. Back for Chambers. Grant for Rice. 2 Rangers players linking up. Dylan Smith. Donovan races onto it. Chambers takes in that tight space, squeezed away by the Liechtenstein defence. Weissenhofer goes down.
They're putting in a power of work in midfield. They're really well read from Keller. He's working hard. He's coming off the right hand side at times. into that middle to stop Scotland players like Babbage and Chambers getting into that pocket.
Abidi with eyes on it. Just didn't realise the bounce was going to fall in his favour. He'd almost stopped, and it prevents Liechtenstein from getting an opportunity. You can see Scotland on the go straight away on the other side of Woody Williamson's goal. They're trying to capitalise with the players pushed forward. Michael Collar's Liechtenstein side has recovered well since losing that early opening goal from Alfie Babbage. Is there a space here though? Grant threading it through. Cleared away by Weissenhofer.
Reads the game well, the captain, Weissenhofer. Leighton Grant just broke out, tried to force the one before, but that time is the opportunity to play it into space, and Weissenhofer on the cover to stop Milutkinov getting in.
McLeod. Chambers with that twisting again. Oh, lovely chip ball from McLeod. Bowman nods it down. Scotland keep it moving. Is there space on the far side now? Grant dribbling. Borland takes. Good challenge by Kunzit. It sounds in the stadium if Scotland are looking to increase that intensity again, like they did at the start. Donovan. Chambers. The touch and move. You'll have a look towards the referee, who doesn't feel like there was anything stopping Sam Chambers from getting onto that ball forward.
I think he's looking for a foul, but I think it's a good bump from Woditsa, just at the right time, just knocking him off his stride. But I think the only complaint from a Scotland point of view is probably not working Shadler enough when we get into these areas.
Rice out for Rudy Milutnikov. He just showed too much there for Wolf.
They're working so hard, Liechtenstein, to limit the shot. So I think there maybe does Milutkinov need that extra touch? Can he go and have a hit? Because they're playing with such a spirit. Liechtenstein are here and they don't want to take another heavy one like the other day, losing 7-0. So you might not get that opportunity to take that extra touch and score the perfect goal.
Ryan Oney hasn't seen a lot of the action since his part to play in the goal from Alfie Babbage. Could that change here? Out of play from Weissenhofer. Scotland start from the back again. Dylan Smith. The back three exchange the ball, stretching side to side. Colby Donovan. Chambers. Breaks for McLeod. Trying to find Oney. And now Salam will race away out wide. Chambers coming together. And the referee is quite happy with that, but not happy with the attempt by Serhat Salam to try and cynically bring down the Scotland man, and it's the second yellow card of the afternoon and the second for Liechtenstein.
I actually thought it was a foul on Salam. I think Chambers fouls him from behind, and with his frustration I think he's thought about swiping him. The referee obviously noticed it, and although he doesn't make big contact with the Scotland player, I think it's a right booking.
It's almost as the referee got the sense of frustration around the Liechtenstein forward and kind of preempted what was about to happen.
No complaints from Salam, so I'm assuming he's made contact as well.
Chambers will feel that was justified from the earlier shout he wanted for the free kick in the attacking area. Scotland set their focus again on a second goal. Salam leaves it. Donovan restarts. McLeod just beyond Ryan Oney. Babbage was the man moving in behind. It's a mixture to the game of Rory McLeod, who's currently on loan at Southampton, a season-long loan from Dundee United. It's an option to buy in January or next summer. He's been talking about how he'd love to stay at the English club. Liechtenstein with the opportunity to push forward.
I think they've grown into the game. I think they've taken a lot of heart from what Scotland threw at them the first 20-25 minutes, and it only being 1-0. So it's football. You can have spells. They look a lot more comfortable out of possession and having their best spell in the game in Scotland's half.
It's another corner, their second of the first half. Is there a leveller here for Liechtenstein? Julian Keller ready to take. Scotland will leave two players high in Chambers and McLeod. It's low and dealt with by Leighton Grant. That one missed. Shadler looks for Olgoyer. Donovan totally aware, bringing the ball down. Salam runs into Chambers.
Brilliant dummy a minute ago from Wolf. He took everyone out with that fresh air shot, which actually worked out perfectly for Liechtenstein to then switch the play. And as I said, they have grown into the game. A bit trickier now for the Scotland boys, but it might also be the chance to use Oney's pace on the counter attack.
Borland battling. Can't be neat footwork, but can't find a Scotland jersey. Sweeps up. And brilliant is the shout from the head coach for the pass from the goalkeeper Williamson. Donovan asks who wants to receive. Chambers takes. There's that nudge again. Oh, that's brilliant skill. Spreads it over for Rice, who has the shot. That was so close from Bailey Rice. And it looked like Sylvain Shadler was scrambling across.
Thought it was in. Brilliant play again from Sam Chambers. It just opens up a packed defence with such really clever footwork, and on Bailey Rice's left foot, you fancied him to score, and the goalkeeper's reaction, I thought it was in. But good player, as you say, you're into that position, just go and have a hit, back yourself.
And you pointed that out earlier, Stephen, and when you're in that kind of central area as well, when you've got that sight towards goal, why not?
Well, they're working so hard for you not to have that opportunity, so when that opens up for you, you have to go and have the hit.
Here's Oney, brilliant play. Oh, and touched in by Rory McLeod. And just like that, Scotland make it 2, cutting Liechtenstein open. Brilliant link-up play. It's patient from Oney, and it's Scotland 2, Liechtenstein 0.
So good from Oney. It feels like we haven't used him enough in the last 10-15 minutes. Physicality, his pace, he's just too much for the Liechtenstein defence. Just a bump and really good pick out. And Rory McLeod, as I said, we spoke about Babbage being in the right place. Rory McLeod just really wants to get in there and score a goal, and Oney puts it in a plate for him, and 2-0 Scotland.
The man who took the title of the Tangerines' youngest ever player a few seasons ago steps up for Scotland, and that's an important goal with just over 5 minutes to the half-time interval. It provides that bit more daylight between the two teams, and Neil McFarlane will be delighted with that.
Yeah, it's mad that you could see Liechtenstein growing into the game. They felt a lot more confident, but within that, it opens up space. For 10-15 minutes we have little to no space. All of a sudden you get the space for Bailey Rice to have the shot for the edge of the box. Then you can use the space in between for Oney, and we get that crucial second goal.
It could be a disheartening one for Liechtenstein as well. As Stevens pointed out a couple of times, they don't want a heavy defeat here. against Scotland. But for all the work they feel they've put in defensively to keep it to 1-0, to get so close towards half-time and to concede that second can have an effect. And Scotland go in the search of number 3. Corner from Rice. It's towards Grant. Claims from both teams. Scotland will get the decision again.
There can be no complaints from the guys in the box about the quality of crosses coming in from each side. Rice and Aidan Borland from this in-swinging right-hand side. So, no, if you really, really want to go and score a goal, the quality's there, the ball's there for you with the delivery.
And it's a similar setup from previous from the Aidan Borland corner. It's teased in on the touch over from Smith. Rising highest at the front. A difficult one to take as you try and loop that behind you into the far corner possibly. Neil McFarlane though full of encouragement from the technical area.
I think he'll be delighted with the 40 minutes. As I said, sometimes in these games, even when you're winning, you can play slow without realising it. He'll be so happy with the aggression, the tempo that Scotland have played at, and they've got their rewards that they didn't get the other day against Wales.
Liechtenstein aren't happy. They've been given a free kick but feel the ball was cleared away after the whistle. Remember, their goalkeeper, Van Schadler, was drawn into a conversation from the official earlier on. Weissenhofer looks to help his side hit back. And that's a nasty head collision in the box there. Donovan of Scotland and Oberveditzer of Liechtenstein. There was almost a delay, but the crowd in here felt it straight away watching as both players had their eyes on the ball. Yeah,
I mean, first of all, hope both guys are okay. It's a real nasty one. Colby Donovan, really brave. I don't think the original setup's right. Oberweditzer's free at the back post. Colby Donovan realises it late on, and both are unaware of each other coming in and clash heads.
Both players receive treatment. The medical team of Scotland have allowed Colby Donovan to get back up, and he'll join his teammates receiving instructions from the head coach. Oberveditzer is requiring some more attention, and the medical team are signalling for a change off camera. As you see the instructions being delivered to Colby Donovan, who's played a big part in Scotland's forward play. Lovely composure at the back to then spin and play the ball forward for Scotland's first. And he's always been an option on the right side, and you see him putting his head and body on the line to defend.
Not great to see Oberveditzer coming off, but these days you can't take any chances at all. He's coming off. The most disappointing player was Abidi. Oberweditzer's been really good for him in the cover and behind, especially in the booking. He was most disappointed about him having to come off, but I think he's been one of Liechtenstein's better performers.
You could see the key man for Liechtenstein as well, with that experience he's got in the senior team. That's a leader amongst this age group coming off if the substitution is required, but he's back to his feet now, which is good to see. But the ice pack needed for what will be quite a big bump, you imagine. He's helped off with thoughts towards the welfare of players these days, rightfully so. Let's look again. Oberveditzer looking to attack, Donovan hoping to defend. And we do hope that Felix Oberveditzer doesn't feel the effects of that one for too long. Borland. Bailey Rice. Donovan. Chambers spins. McLeod teased over. Oney, oh look, goal bound. And he concedes straight away that he's given away the free kick. Well, he's provided two, in a sense, being involved in the build-up play for both Scotland's goals. Ryan Oney so close to making it number 3.
So good from Rory McLeod on his right foot as well. An absolutely brilliant ball. Ryan Oney doesn't know how he's not scored. It was a come and score me ball from Rory McLeod, and he would have deserved that. He's been so unselfish, as he said, making run after run, not always involved in the game, having to stretch the play for Scotland, and he absolutely deserved that. So hopefully he gets one in the second half. After that one, he'll be disappointed to watch that one back.
Both assists for Ryan Oney. Wants one on the score sheet too. Might he get a second chance? McLeod, Bavidge fires it over. Molotnikov will retrieve. Now Rice to add it on time at the end of this first half. Dawn forcing it a little. It's cleared away by Weissenhofer.
I think Scotland enjoying the extra space that Liechtenstein been down to 10 men has allowed them, and really trying to get that third one before half time.
Citrone trying to take. Scotland have possession back. Chambers. Liechtenstein still waiting to make their substitution to replace Oberveditzer. Here's Dylan Smith. Chambers asking on the right side. Last touch adjudged to have come off the Scotland player. And now Robin Gassner will come on for Liechtenstein. He was the player that was dropped for Oberveditzer coming into this game, following on from that defeat against France. So now we'll get his opportunity. Bavidge, Rice. Borland keeps it moving. Citrone clips the heels of Bailey Rice. Scotland free kick. McLeod charged down by Salam. Scotland still in their flow here. Almost looking as if they'd be happy to keep going without the half-time interval. Molotnikov. Smith. Donovan. Chambers trying to run through 3. He'll get the break. The cutback. It's cleared away by Julian Keller. Scotland showing the speed. Dylan Smith. Kobe Donovan. His man knew what he wanted to do, but his right foot didn't complete the action.
He's laughing at it. He just didn't make proper contact with it at all. But I think it's the first mistake he's made in the half. Been really impressed with Kobe Donovan's performance.
Molotnikov. Cleared away. Borland's there to get on the end of it. And there is the half-time whistle from the referee. Scotland 2 goals up in Greenock against Liechtenstein in match day 2 of the Under-19 Euro 2025 qualifying round, and what is a vital game for their hopes. Molotnikov wearing the armband. The Hibs player gets the second half underway. In Scotland, you expect the instruction from Neil McFarlane will be to start in the same way. They begun the first half with that intense speed and constant movement of not only body but ball as well. Abidi had a tough first half for Liechtenstein. He's on a yellow card over on that far side. The left back will be coming up against some more attacking play from this throw. The layoff, a couple of shouts, but the referee standing outside the area, happy to let play continue. Murray Campbell encouraged to turn. Donovan there. Good to see the Scotland defender able to continue and come back out for the second half after a heavy head collision with Oberviditzer of the Liechtenstein team. The Liechtenstein man had to be taken off after the collision. Here's Leighton Grant. Molotnikov picking up and keeps the ball moving once again. Chambers. Grant. Just flicks the ball through. Closely watched and played out by Liechtenstein. Referee telling the defender to get up. He's not quite happy. The official asking for no more. Colby Donovan. Grant takes again. Scotland just feeling their way around, keeping a hold of possession, allowing Liechtenstein to chase, which they've had to do for quite a large period of this match. It will be tiring. Lovely bit of play from Oni. Borland out wide. Chambers there feeding it in. And there's a group to try and help clear that for Liechtenstein. Grant strikes, right-footed, deflection. Allows it to drop to Shadler. Sometimes in these situations, Stephen McGinn, is it really difficult to get going again when you've had that high energy end to the first half and then you go in for the interval?
That's absolutely, I mean, the challenge for the Scotland guys now. At the start it was a results. Can you deliver a performance? Can you deliver the result? There's a huge gulf in quality. Scotland are going to win it. It's now about setting the same standards. As you say, as we spoke about, this France game is going to be really, really difficult in a couple of days' time. You have to go into that off the back of a really strong second half performance here. And Neil McFarlane from the side, he's demanding them to go again, keep playing at the tempo. You can see the frustration if they're taking that extra touch. He wants the speed of play back in the game. So that is a challenge for the subs coming on, the guys that've done it in the first half, to go and do it again.
Sutherland's cross will eventually drop for Chambers. Borland battling, cleared into the sky by Liechtenstein. Donovan heads down. Murray Campbell moves it. Sutherland. Grant. Molotnikov returns. Campbell. Colby Donovan. A lovely ball through, and it's there for Oni. It's into the side netting, but the flag raised as well on the far side. But Ryan Oni showing that movement that's hard to keep track of.
Brilliant play. I mean, Colby Donovan has showed that ball 5 or 6 times. He's so good at feeding it, that ball through, and Ryan Oni, I think inches, he's offside, obviously misses with the really cute chip, but good movement. If he does that, he's close to unstoppable at this level of football.
And a slip for Wolf of Liechtenstein gives Scotland the throw-in. Sutherland back for his fellow half-time substitute Campbell. Donovan fires it through, but off target in the search for Oni.
You can see, I mean, Neil McFarlane's worked with these guys for a couple of months now. You can see there's a clear style of play. Big part of that is that middle centre half. Dylan Smith in the first half, now Murray Campbell switching the play very quickly, 1-2 touch to keep the ball moving.
Teased through, and Oni's offside again. It's in the back of the net. It won't count. And the striker's frustrations continue. He just wants to get his own name on the score sheet now.
He's desperate.
To others.
He's desperate to go. I think that was even closer to being onside. So you keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Don't get frustrated. It's coming for him, and yeah, I think he's earned the right to get a goal. So keep doing it, and the Scotland guys will keep feeding him.
Grant responds to McFarlane's shout of headed it. It was a strong one. Neig sending forward, looking for Salem. Woody Williamson hasn't been tested by Liechtenstein in this match. We've seen him make the forward move to join the back line and keep the ball moving. Murray Campbell moved to Burnley last summer from St Mirren. Was in and around the first team at 15. Predominant part of the under-21s with some goals too. Here he is on the ball again. Molotnikov drops that shoulder, spins away. Looks towards goal. Bailey Rice. Is he fouled? The referee takes a look and he points for a free kick. It was brilliant play from Bailey Rice, and he just almost seemed to tease the Liechtenstein players into the foul there too.
I think it is the right decision. I think it's just outside the box. I actually thought he wasn't going to give it at first. It was the clearest foul ever, but Bailey Rice's Molotnikov's brilliant run, driving run, taking out 3 players with the square pass to Bailey Rice, and he's just about to let loose with his left foot and taking out right on the edge of the box. And a big chance to score here for Scotland.
A couple interested, Rice himself and Rudy Molotnikov, eyeing up the opportunity. Is it one of those that's a bit too close to try and get up and down over the wall, or is there plenty space to bend the ball? As Rice connects with the wall, deflected behind, Scotland corner.
It's actually a really good wall, because if he turns his back in any way, it's a goal for Scotland. So
the corner's taken quickly. Borland lifts it over. That's an important header by Weissenhofer, and that one was Sam Chambers. He caught it sweetly, but just couldn't divert it on target.
The quality of delivery in from Aidan Borland's been top drawer. Ryan Honey showing his frustration again. He thought it was just about to land in his head. A really good recovering header, but quality of ball coming in from Aidan Borland's been top.
And it's been dead ball or an open play. He has that quality. Molotnikov showing strength. Out for Sam Chambers. Borland just allowed his body to let the ball drop. Scotland asked for the free kick. Referee not interested. Williamson conducting verbally as Leighton Grant carries the ball forward. Molotnikov cleared away by Neig. Grant again. Sutherland just tried to trick the Liechtenstein defender in with the touch. It was heavy. Now Keller. Cosetroni will latch on to it. Salam in the middle. Scotland defend. Play your way out is the cry from Neil McFarlane. He didn't want that one launched upfield. Scotland now have the time. There's a real identity about what Neil McFarlane wants from his Scotland players, Stephen.
Yeah, everyone knows their roles. Very clear, as I spoke about, very clear identity, style of play. He's a top coach, being an assistant manager at a really good level, coaching at a real good Premier League club. So not overly surprised. He came with a big reputation. I think he's already showed his quality with how his team are playing.
Babbage. Molotnikov lets it drop. Rice. He just couldn't catch it as powerfully as he wanted to. It's easy for Shadler to take, but Bailey Rice has come out in the second half and has latched onto a couple of opportunities.
Good position as a midfielder, it's where you get your goals. I thought originally Malutkinov was going to be able to head it. He changed his mind at last minute, really clever chest down to Bailey Rice, and it just didn't quite bounce for him to get his shot away.
Grant feeds Oni. Malotnikov has space. Keller plays away. Cositroni. Salam is stayed on side, flag down. He'll go from distance. Williamson tested. Makes a good save. I did mention at the start of the half that the surface has gathered a lot of water in the half-time break. Liechtenstein looking to take advantage of that there. But Woody Williamson says no.
I think that's a challenge. Sometimes you're playing against a team that Liechtenstein are used to losing. It's not that they're not the type of team that could go 2-0 down and they're not used to it. They're used to that situation. So they've still got their spirit. There's still any sort of square passes, slack passes from Scotland. They will get after it and they'll try and counter it.
Malotnikov finding Rice. Now Sutherland. Lovely move to find the crossing space. Cleared away that time by Weissenhofer. Scotland corner.
He's got good quality, Ethan Sutherland, with his left foot. I think he'd be disappointed with the cross. He didn't quite catch it right, but another opportunity for that man Borland to put it in the mixer for Scotland.
Short. Smash towards goal and all the way across. And just the cue from Stephen McGinn about the quality that Ethan Sutherland has. He really caught that viciously.
A brilliant corner. I spoke about the inventiveness of Brentford. Neil McFarlane has brought that to the Scotland team. They're always looking to try something. They find Aidan Borland finds Ethan Sutherland bursting into the box, and very unlucky not to see that hit the side netting.
Wolves signed him from St Mirren in the summer after a loan spell at Alloa Athletic. One Stephen Robinson was disappointed to lose. He's picking up the minutes in the under-21s at Wolverhampton Wanderers.
I think his loan experience at Alloa, I think for some of these, but you can see the ones that have had first team exposure, the benefits that can bring to your career and how you're developing.
As a number of the Scotland squad have made the loan moves to gather first team minutes, and that experience of playing every week, consistent learning. And there's confrontation there between a couple of players. Sam Chambers on the Scotland side, Argoyer for Liechtenstein, and it's the first yellow card in Scotland's direction.
Yeah, I spoke about how highly I rate Sam Chambers the first time I've watched him play, but I think Neil McFarlane will be reminding him of the importance he is to this team. A bit of petulance he's pushed the Liechtenstein player in. He is absolutely needed for this France game in a couple of days' time. You can't let your frustrations boil over.
Pass with the outside of the boot for Sutherland, who rolls it. Clipped over towards Babbage. Was trying to be unselfish with the idea. Alfie Babbage with a bit too much to do to get on the end of it low.
I think that's the occasion, Stuart, when the goal opens up, just going to have a hit. I know it's on his weaker foot, the right foot, but trying to be really precise with chipping balls against a really packed defence on a skiddy surface. I think you better just unleash him with that right foot.
Scotland unhappy at the time. Shadler's taking with the goal kick again. Good aerial ability from Grant. That one charged down as Wolf tried to get it forward. The ball ends up on the Capital Main Stand roof. And over, I think.
Yeah, that ball might be a goner. Bailey Rice having a bit of a laugh at the reaction from his teammates to the noise coming off his tackle. But that's a good team, proper team, wanting to do all the ugly bits.
It's all unseen bits, isn't it, that you don't really pick up on. It's always highlights you focus on a bit more. But there's that other side too. Can sometimes go unnoticed.
Well, that's the bit. I mean, all these boys have got huge ability, huge potential. They're the bits that the managers at their respective clubs will be looking at. See, even the best team in the world, best manager Pep Guardiola, absolutely demands that side of football. So that's the bits that get them that next bit into first teams.
Donovan. Babbage. Teases it over. Molotnikov just caught under it. The man with the armband looking to get on in the scoring act.
His manager said he should score, and he absolutely should score. We spoke about him thinking about heading it just a couple of minutes ago. It's a brilliant run. It's an unbelievable ball in as well from Sam Chambers. And I think he's just got to score that.
Neil McFarlane has spoken about the belief he has in young players. He's created a special togetherness and youth setups, like he's done at Brentford, a club that he said is terrific, where there's an inner belief to develop players. Be able to see from the style of Scotland how he's looking to develop the players in this team, and they're looking to add to the scoreline. Sutherland drives over. Chambers collects. They run out of space at the byline. Now that rain begins to pour down. Inside Capello once more.
The referee over reminding Abidi, who's in charge, who's refereeing the game. He just stopped. I think Ryan Oney potentially does foul him in the lead up to that, but the referee makes the decision. You've got to play to the whistle. Oldest cliche in the book, but it's brilliant one-touch football again from Scotland. It doesn't matter who you're playing against, Liechtenstein or France on Wednesday. If you bring that speed of play, the willingness, the off the ball running, then it's hard for anyone to defend against that.
Rice giving the forward line something to chase. Weissenhofer happy to concede the throw-in. And Scotland now ready to make another couple of substitutions. Dylan Watrett's coming on to replace Colby Donovan. He's put in a really strong performance this afternoon. And Ryan Oney withdrawn as Daniel Cummings will be introduced. Two players who've played a massive part in this match today, Stephen McGinn.
Yeah, both really impressive. I think Ryan Oney will just have to wait for his goal against France, but really unselfish work, both assists. Colby Donovan, again, really impressive performance from the young Celtic man, and you can see why he's in the thoughts of Brendan Rodgers, why he's touching the Celtic first team. So two good afternoons work for both players.
Campbell over to Dylan Watchett, but for Grant, just has to carry that one away from Keller. Murray Campbell, Leighton Grant, Rudy Molotnikov now. Ethan Sutherland doing the chasing for Scotland. It's Neil McFarlane's team that have been awarded the throw-in.
Yeah, good working back from Ethan Sutherland. It's the positions, because Ethan Sutherland is a wing back, naturally a winger starting so high. Molotnikov's using it to pick up spaces that maybe weren't there so much in the first half, and Noel Nigg isn't sure whether to stay with Ethan Sutherland's run or go and pick up Molotnikov, and he's causing Liechtenstein a real problem in that pocket.
Woody Williamson is on loan at Chelmsford City from Ipswich Town. And an interesting debut at Chelmsford Town from the area. His team were able to make an extra sub due to a head injury. They had no outfield options on the bench, so the goalkeeper was thrown up into midfield. He was incredibly close to scoring a header on that debut. What a story that would have been. He's had to make one big save for Scotland this afternoon.
It's every goalkeeper I've ever played with dream to get a wee shot up front. They think they can score goals because they can kick a few balls at goalie coaches.
He's already stepped his way out of his box many times in this match, and wouldn't be surprised if we see him getting further up at some point towards the end of the second half.
I think it's an important lesson for goalkeepers. You want to play at the top level. He's obviously at Ipswich Town, but sometimes you have games like this where you're not involved, and you need to be ready for that one counter-attack that Liechtenstein had when Cosatrone takes it early and he's ready and makes a good save.
Murray Campbell moves the ball. Sutherland had eyes for that. It was cleared away by Noel Neig. Ethan Sutherland, Bailey Rice, Nathan Grant will look to move to the other side. There's a chance here for Liechtenstein. And that's Julian Keller looking to catch Woody Williamson out. Gets it all wrong.
It's good work though from Julian Keller. He's really dogged in there, really persistent, and Leighton Grant's he's just taking that extra touch and he's giving the Liechtenstein Keller a chance to win the ball off him. Just don't need to simplify that we have a way of playing, just keep doing it and the rewards open up.
Kastner over on the far side, helping for Liechtenstein to clear. They want a free kick, but the referee not interested again.
Apart from his early involvement with stopping that counter-attack, the referee's been actually really impressive. I don't think he's fell for anyone trying to buy cheap free kicks, and he's really let the game flow.
He's had quite a bit to contend with from the technical areas too, but he's managed to just let Lowe's words fly over his head and not taking any notice. He's had the injuries, a couple of injuries to keep an eye on too and make sure players receive treatment, but he has been the centre of a couple of decisions. It takes a bit of time to make his mind up with the free kick earlier that Bailey Rice connected with off the wall, but
I think it's only Abidi that's not been happy with his performance.
I think that's true. We can ask him that after the game. Are you a bit surprised that Scotland haven't maybe run Abidi a bit more, considering he's on that booking?
Yeah, I think sometimes obviously the changes affect it as well. Bavage obviously going on that other side. Rory McLeod was causing him real problems, and Scotland were really playing on the fact that he was on a yellow card. But as I said to you, I mean, Liechtenstein are used to being in this position. For Scotland, it's all about the result first and foremost. They are being really dogged. They're really trying not to take another heavy one, and they're making Scotland really work hard for their opportunities.
Daniel Cummings, little back heel flick, trying to play it into the path of Chalmers. Campbell. Grant. Again, Scotland trying to open up those spaces on the sides. Borland. Watchet involved. It's back towards Leighton Grant. Dylan Watchet leaves for Chambers.
He's played a lot wider, Dylan Watchet, than Colby Donovan did. It's a change of style, or if it's because he's naturally a right back at Ayr, he's so used to being out there so wide. It's definitely looked a bit different. Obviously Liechtenstein will be tired as well. A lot of subs, the game gets disrupted, but Neil McFarlane will want to finish strong these last 20 minutes, up the tempo, go and get that third, maybe fourth goal, and as I said, use it to kick on in right into that France game.
Here's watch it again. Turned 18 in September. The Ayr United player has been linked with Manchester United, Arsenal in recent months. He's trying to ignore that and focus on the league action with Scott Brown's club. Scotland free kick. Sam Chambers has felt something there, which Neil McFarlane and Scotland supporters won't want to see with that match coming up against France, as you mentioned earlier, Stephen.
Yeah, it's worrying because it didn't look like the type of contact where didn't look as if he was caught high or hard, hoping it's not a muscle injury, because it's really, his first half performance was really impressive, important member of this squad, and Neil McFarlane will be obviously worried about his condition.
Coming into these games, McFarlane's side had a couple of friendlies against Hungary last month, resulted in 2-1 victories for Scotland. Alfie Bavidge, who scored the opener in this one, opened the scoring in that first match before a late Mitchell frame goal took the win with a superb pre-planned free kick. A Rory McLeod penalty and Murray Campbell volley had the goals flying in for Scotland in the following 2-1 victory.
I think it's clear to see that we're in good hands with Neil McFarlane. I think it's a real good addition from the SFA to get him in, and the players not only have a real clear identity, they look as if they're enjoying working under him. There's a real spirit, and it's great to see a Scotland team play like this.
It will be a big test at Forthbank Stadium on Tuesday, 7:30 kick-off. Scotland take on France Under-19s. Liechtenstein will play Wales here at Capello Park in Greenock. Molotnikov just off balance as he tried to get the crossover. Liechtenstein quicker with the goal kick now. Just wonder if Michael Collar tries to get inside, creating a couple more opportunities in the late stage of this match. Will open up for Scotland to get a third. Borland, Sutherland trying to bring it down, couldn't do so. There'll be more changes to be made by Neil McFarlane. Sutherland, one of those half-time substitutes. And Kyle Ure coming on to replace Sam Chambers, and we really do hope, Stephen, that's just one to get him out of the game and it's not too heavy of a knock he's taken or an muscle injury like you may have mentioned.
Yeah, the good thing for me, the positive way, is he's moving okay on the walk round. So as you say, big part of this team, and he's moving okay. You hope it's just precaution that he's coming off.
Murray Campbell. Some Scotland shouts of handball, ignored by the referee. Campbell carries back. Williamson stretches out for Dylan Watterick. Molotnikov on that right side, looking for Cummings. Waits for the run. Bavidge tried the cutback. The referee, an assistant on the far side, say he commits the foul, and Liechtenstein have the free kick.
It's really good player, Daniel Cummins. He's held the ball up in a brilliant run for Bavidge, just shows his pace. Really good recovery defending from a B-day, and then he uses his experience of defending to buy a foul, and Liechtenstein will take their time. And it's just these bits, these are the bits that a lower manager gets frustrated with, the tempo down in the game. Liechtenstein are obviously, they're wanting to make it like this, so A big push from the Scotland guys, maybe go and try and get that third goal, up the tempo again, and as I said, kick on for that France game.
And one of the things Neil McFarlane's spoken quite deeply about is the spirit and togetherness he wants to see in the team, and this allows a range of players to get minutes too, and that's really important for the players to understand how he wants to play and to embed themselves into that system. Yeah,
absolutely, and I mean, even within that, there's players playing different positions. I think Bailey Rice is now one of the number 10s in behind the striker, so there's different parts of it, and within a clear identity, you know each position, each role it brings, and it'll be good for him as well to see players in different positions.
The match official encouraging Liechtenstein to move quicker with the throw-in. Leighton Grant has put his head in everywhere to win those aerial battles, and he's taken a sore one that time. Can't question the desire late in the game from these Scotland players. The referee with something to sort out in the corner. He's having a chat with Ethan Sutherland, who has the throw-in.
No nigging Ethan Sutherland, just having a little bit of niggle. The ref saying absolutely no need. It's not that type of game, and he won't stand for it.
There's some tiredness creeping into some of those Liechtenstein players. It's a large number. I actually think all the players that are on the field at the moment are the ones who played in that, started that 7-0 defeat against France, so maybe a surprise that they haven't made a couple of other subs. Michael Collar obviously with an objective with the players that he has on the field. Scotland would love a third goal to put the icing on the cake in this match. Nick's intervention celebrated almost as good as a goal. Been a tiring shift for some of these Liechtenstein players. Borland receives once more.
I know we look at it from a Scotland point of view, but you imagine the words from the coach, Liechtenstein coach, is go and try and draw the game, set in the second half 0-0. Be a big success for them off the back of a 7-0 in their defensive shape against a good team. Scotland, no doubt, are a good team, so it'd be a big success if they can see it out the second half and only lose a game 2-0.
Sutherland. Liechtenstein clear. Just over 10 minutes to play here in Greenock. Scotland's 2 first half goals coming through Alfie Bavidge and Rory McLeod. Ryan Oney with the assists. Here's Dylan Wattrett, the Ayr United defender, leaving for Molotnikov. Rice got toes to it.
Really refreshing to be at a game where the referee doesn't stop it to check an accidental handball for a penalty.
There's been no delays in this one, apart from a couple of injuries in Scotland. Every time that ball goes out of play, they're not really waiting too long. Can they break down this Liechtenstein shape again?
They've switched the 2 number 10s in behind Daniel Cummins, Bailey Rice and Alfie Bavidge. They've switched them sides. I think they're trying to get something, some sort of play, some sort of fluidity in their attacking play.
Molotnikov takes over again. Aidan Borland. Sutherland. Charging Ethan Sutherland. And cleared away. An important challenge from Weissenhofer.
Speak about the basics. I mean, we are a much better team than Liechtenstein, but they do read the game well. And Weissenhofer's did that all afternoon.
Claim of handball. Again, referee not interested. Sutherland takes the throw. Ure for Campbell. Leighton Grant. Campbell again. Tries that right side once more. And Watchett was just trying to get the deftest of touches to help it forward. Liechtenstein will have the throw-in to take.
Stop forcing it, the shout from Neil McFarlane, because they don't need to. He had a lot of different options there. Ethan Sutherland, I think, he almost had too much time and wants to hit the big diagonal when he could just use the space, travel forward and bring the forward players into play.
Is that perhaps a kind of mental side of it late in the game?
I think bits of that potentially. I mean, when you're a sub as well, you're hoping to hit that pass, hit that shot that catches the manager's attention and gets you into the starting lineup. Doesn't matter what age, inexperienced, experienced, you still have that absolute urge to be into the starting 11, and Ethan Sutherland's just desperate out here to impress, but I just don't think he needs to force it, as Neil McFarlane shouting on to him.
Liechtenstein now making the changes. Giuliano Crucitroni and Benjamin Konzet are going off. Coming on, Jonas Verling, the 17-year-old defender, and Bruno Puttner is a midfielder.
Double substitution for Liechtenstein, leaving the field, number 9 Giuliano Crucitroni and number 17.
And as Stephen pointed out, Michael Collar will be very happy if he can keep a second half clean sheet, prevent Scotland from scoring. They have looked a little bit too tired for trying to carry the ball forward to test Williamson.
Even now, Scotland having a goal kick, there's absolutely no intention for Liechtenstein to try and press high. It's about trying to finish this game, as I said, get the clean sheet in the second half would be a big success for the way the first half went for Scotland.
Good play from Borland and Kyle Ure. Campbell can look left. Borland who's impressed with some tidy work across the pitch for Scotland. Here's Bavidge, tried to squeeze it through, open space on the right side, water it. Blocked by Liechtenstein. And Bruno Puttner couldn't make anything of that. Scotland guarding things in their own half. And there is an issue for Alessandro Wurf, who looks to have a bit of cramp as his goalkeeper helps out with the treatment.
No wonder he's got cramp. He's put in a real tireless shift, constantly matching runs from the Scotland guys. So I don't see it as a major negative either if we don't get that third goal. I think there's so much to like about the Scotland performance. Obviously the first half where the game was won, and you can see what Neil McFarlane's building. And ultimately it's about getting these players into the national team, the senior side. So and there's lots of positives to take from this.
Bavidge finds Sutherland. Delightfully lifted up towards the back post, headed behind by Argoyer. Scotland corner.
It's a brilliant ball. I think because Bailey Rice isn't naturally a wide man, a forward man, he's not at that back post. You think of the positions your wingers have got into all game, he's just not thinking about being there.
Taken short here, challenging. Molotnikov teases over, helped on! And Scotland have number 3. Brilliant work. And I think that's Dylan Watchett, who was bending down to get the slightest of nicks on the ball and carry it through to the back of the net. It's Scotland 3, Liechtenstein 0.
Yeah, it's a brilliant header from Dylan Watchett, having a real good breakthrough season at Ayr United. Spoke about their inventiveness from corners. They've tried to work one, not quite got off, but Molotnikov just swung it in with his left foot. Real good delivery and a real clever header from Dylan Watchett to make it 3.
It's not quite the rocket he scored against the Argionians for Ayr United this season, but he'll be delighted nonetheless to get on the score sheet, and with just under 5 minutes of normal time to play, that does just add a bit more gloss onto the Scotland victory. Can they capitalise and punish the break in Liechtenstein spirit? A cross with a dangerous ball. Watch it now, showing that energy that the goal has provided to get on the end of the ball. Ure delivers. Shadler takes.
Absolutely brilliant midfield play from Aidan Borland. Sometimes the guy's just sitting, you can get accused of just sitting there and playing passes side to side, but he's showed a different side to his game there, Aidan Borland. Really powerful runner, strong midfield run from the Aston Villa man, and an end product at the end of it.
And Campbell touches back for Williamson. Bavidge. Sutherland here. The sliding block, and a sore one it appears for Weissenhofer, who immediately felt the effects of the challenge.
It's brilliant play again from Scotland. Aidan Borland just using the pace of Ethan Sutherland. Daniel Cummins is not happy with him. I think he thought he had an opportunity to slide it across for him for a tap-in, but got to compliment the captain for Liechtenstein, Jonas Weissenhofer. He reads the game brilliantly. Numerous times throughout the game he's read that last bit from Scotland, and although he's injured himself in the process, I think in a difficult day for his team, he can be proud of his performance.
Been a couple of strong defensive displays, but he looks very uncomfortable there. I mentioned earlier, today's captain for Liechtenstein has been in senior squads, not yet made that first cap. But they'll really be hoping that this one isn't too serious. The referee asking if the stretcher may be needed. Neil McFarlane with a little smile on the touchline down below our commentary position. He'll be proud to pick up that first competitive victory in this campaign. Weissenhofer's back on the pitch and able to move, but he'll be instructed off by the referee as Scotland get ready for the corner. Grant helps it back in, headed down, flag raised, and Liechtenstein will have the free kick. And another change to be made by Michael Collar, as Felix Gritsch is about to be introduced for the final couple of minutes. Replacing Alessandro Wolf with that earlier injury concern.
Substitution for Liechtenstein, leading the field, number 18, Alexander Wolf, and he's replaced by number 3, Felix Gritsch.
Shadler takes the free kick, headed down by Ure. Kastner trying to move for Pointner. Watch it, Scotland's most recent goal scorer. Plays back to Williamson. France take on Wales later on tonight. 7:30 in Stirling at Forthbank Stadium. So Scotland will take on France on Tuesday at the same time. Bavidge back for Sutherland. Rice, the layoff for Ure. He's just trying to bend it into the far corner, and as it aimed that direction, bent away past the post towards the end. 5 additional minutes signalled by the fourth official.
Really good play again from Scotland. We at the angle, we knew it was never bending towards goal, it was more bending away, but really good one-touch football again. And I think Aidan Borland individually has upped the tempo. He's grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck in these last 10 minutes and resulted in a lot of good play from Scotland.
We've looked at players that's been involved in the 3 goals for Scotland, and maybe some of the more attractive side of things in the attack, but Aidan Borland has been absolutely everywhere in this match, where it's defensively, recovering the ball, carrying and conducting the moves. The Aston Villa midfielder has been impressive. Started in Celtic's academy before moving in the summer of 2023. Just signed a long-term professional deal back in April. Made a senior debut in the EFL Cup win away to Wickham back in September, just a couple of months ago.
Watched it, did very well.
You're always watching games.
Yeah, well, I have a slight interest in Aston Villa, so he played well in the night. Brother John, big fan of him. Thinks a good lad and a really good player with big potential.
It's good to keep that link going with the club as well, isn't it? Players coming through. What a role model John will be to someone like Aidan Borland. What an impact he made last night. Is there another late one here for the Under-19s? Cleared away, but Scotland have the corner, and it will be Borland with another opportunity to deliver another wicked set-piece ball. Shot for Babbage, who spins and strikes. Alfie Babbage makes it a double and makes it 4 for Scotland, just inside added on time. And for some of the play from the corner kicks, Aidan Borland's deserved a goal to come from one of them, and it's delivered through Alfie Babbage. He started the scoring. Has he ended the scoring? It's Scotland 4, Liechtenstein 0.
Brilliant, loved the corners, being brave enough to, I mean, it's easy to go through training routines of corners, but it's actually delivering them in a game. Love watching it all afternoon. And as you say, Scotland get their rewards here. Brilliant turn from Alfie Babbage, who has been excellent again, and delighted to see him cap this game off with a brilliantly taken goal.
Alfie Babbage feels like a name that's been around for quite a while, even though he's only 18 years old. There's been so much potential discussed from the Aberdeen academy. Goal scoring synonymous with Alfie Babbage's name. He's still looking for his first for the Honest Men in his loan spell this season. But impressed at Kelty Hearts on loan. He's impressed in a couple of different positions this afternoon for Scotland and Neil McFarlane. Another Ayr United man, Dylan Watchett, just delivered the ball from that far side. Scored Scotland's third. You are pulled quite clearly. Scotland free kick.
There's no let up from Neil McFarlane. He's still demanding they keep playing at that tempo, and he's wanting the ball back in play as soon as possible.
Borland. That looked dangerous, as Cummings was hoping to get on the end of it. Into the final minute of added on time. Borland. Campbell. Yeah. Just wedges that ball forward. Cummings will accept the corner kick. Is there a fifth goal to come for Scotland in the 5th minute of added on time? Ethan Sutherland caresses over. The ball's there. Liechtenstein will eventually get it clear. And there is the full-time whistle from the referee. An important victory for Scotland at under-19 level for the Euro 2025 qualifying campaign. It's the first victory on match day 2, and there's a crunch game to come against France on Tuesday night at Forthbank Stadium in Stirling. Neil McFarlane and his coaching staff will go on to congratulate the players. A proud moment for the under-19 head coach, who picks up that competitive victory. Stephen McGinn alongside me on commentary this afternoon. It's been an impressive performance. Neil McFarlane's been able to use a range of the players available to him in the squad, but there was a real identity, especially in the first half, about Scotland's style of play. Yeah, loved watching it. Really impressive all afternoon. They're really well coached. New into the job, Neil McFarlane, that already put a real stamp on it. I think there's loads to be excited about from this group. They didn't get their rewards for a similar performance the other day against Wales, but absolutely got their rewards. Great to see good goals, good play, good intensity, and as I said, there's loads for Neil McFarlane to build on. If we look around the scoring, Alfie Bavidge there on your screens got a double. He started with the first and then finished off with the fourth, but Rory McLeod involved in that first half. He scored. Dylan Wattrick coming on as a sub, getting in on the goal scoring act too, and Ryan Oney played a massive part in setting up the first 2 goals as well. So Neil will be delighted about the range of attacking play as we'll see some of the first half action here. He'll be delighted about the spread of the involvement around the goal scoring. Yeah, I think when he sits with his coaching staff later tonight and they'll be discussing all the individual performances, loads of performances to be proud of, but as a collective I think he'll be really happy with his team unit. What he sees, he's a really experienced coach now. He'll be happy how much his team looks like a Neil McFarlane performance, and loads to build on for the France game on Tuesday. Only there providing some strong play, patient play as well from the striker, almost like a no-look pass as he drilled it across for McLeod to take the second goal. All smiles. Bit of a different looking picture with the darkness in the second half, but Dylan Wattrick, the Ayr United starlet, getting the deftest of touches with the head to get that one into the back of the net. Congratulated by his teammates. A good delivery by Molotnikov, who impressed through the week and was instrumental again this afternoon. And then the icing on the cake, the ball in corner, the Alfie Bavidge spin and the Alfie Bavidge strike, beating Sylvain Shadler. Bavidge making it a double and giving Scotland their 4th. Difficult for the goalkeeper to see through the bodies as Bavidge hammered it into the back of the net. Well linked up there to the music in the background from the cameramen. The full moon shining over Capello Park in Greenock this evening. A full 4-0 performance from Scotland. Eyes now turned towards a crucial game on Tuesday night at Forthbank Stadium in Stirling against France under-19s. That one is a 7:30 p.m. kickoff. You can get along to that one if you want, or you can watch all the action again on the Scotland National Team YouTube channel. That one on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. kickoff. My thanks to Stephen McGinn for joining me on commentary. Been a delightful game to bring you this afternoon from Capello. Thanks to all the team producing this afternoon's action too, and thank you very much at home for watching. It finishes at Capello Park in Greenock. Scotland